I want to give you a story, and this is a very true story, by the way, about a certain guy who right now is a member of parliament and he is serving his second term. Many years ago, like about 20 years ago, this guy was very broke and he was selling second-hand items around the country, somewhere near Nairobi. He was selling those old beds, old chairs, the second-hand items. So, one day, this guy met a lady, and this lady told him, I'm selling a piece of land, which was worth, I think, around 1 billion or more. Can you get me a buyer? And so this guy went looking for a buyer, started talking to his connections, the people he knew. Luckily, the guy got a buyer. When he got a buyer, the rumor has it that he was paid 50 million shillings as commission fees. So the funny thing is that when he got the 50 million, he went and bought a Range Rover. And so he went back to his shop. The guy who had walked a few days ago to his workplace and walked out with nothing, came back driving a Range Rover. So he opened his shop and gave people who were around all the items he had in the shop and closed that shop. The guy has a lot of money, managed to vie for MP, and right now he is serving his second term. Now, so many people right now are looking for jobs. Others are looking to start businesses. And most of the people who want to start businesses, they always say, we don't have capital. And so today I've been thinking about a business idea that people can start, which requires zero capital, and it can make you a lot of money. And that business is called brokerage. What is brokerage? Brokerage is getting a buyer and connecting them to a seller, or getting a buyer to buy something being sold by somebody. You understand, there are so rich people in this country who are very private. Maybe someone wants to sell land worth 100 million, but they don't have the time to go and put adverts on social media, on WhatsApp status, on Facebook, because they also want to retain their privacy. Now, as a broker, what do? You just go, take the photos of the land that is being sold, sign an agreement and say, if you get a buyer, you will get your 3% commission. Then you start advertising the business, be it on Facebook, be it on Instagram, be it on your WhatsApp status. Once you get a buyer, you go and get your commission. But don't look at those big deals, because maybe getting a buyer from Facebook, someone to buy land worth 100 million, they can be a lot of hassle. Think of any small businesses. For instance, when you see all over the country, flats and apartments are being built, just walk in, talk to the landlord and tell them, can I advertise your houses or your apartments? Yes. If I get a tenant, how much commission are you going to give me? And because there are so many vacant houses, you may find maybe if it's a 20,000 per month apartment, the landlord may even be willing to give you 5,000 because it's a one-off fee. Take photos of that apartment, go to Facebook, advertise that business. You only require bundles maybe worth 10 or 20 shillings. You advertise, then you give your number. And then you tell someone who wants to visit, site visit is 500. Then once you convince someone to rent that apartment, the landlord will give you your 5,000. And remember, you have an agreement, because maybe he has an apartment with 50 units, he is desperate to fill them. So he will give you a commission. I myself, I do tours business. Let's say you start advertising tours, maybe even if a tour is charged 3,000, and then you get a commission of 10%. This is very simple. You just take the poster, advertise the business on your social media or in your WhatsApp status. Assuming you get 5 people, each person getting 300 commission, that's 1,500. You have not used any capital, you have not used any form of energy, because you have to go around advertising all over. Another idea which you can have, you can go to a kayak. Right now, there are so many kayaks along Kiambu Road, along Gong Road, along Langata Road, all over the country, there are kayaks. Go to any kayak, sign an agreement that if you get a seller for this type of a car or a car model, you're going to get your 5% commission or 3% or whichever percent. Maybe you go and take photos of of a Toyota Harrier worth around 3 million, and your commission is around 3%. Yeah, you go and advertise. You take very nice shots, advertise. You get your sellers, bring to the buyer. You get your commission. So many people, rich businessmen who are even billionaires, that's the work they do. They just go buy a piece of land, or even before buying, they just go to the seller. They place a small deposit to hold the property. Then they go and market vigorously. They get a buyer. They are paid by a commission. So don't complain that there are no jobs. Only what you need to do is to think outside the box.